Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Now, if this is your very first time here, you don't know who I am, I'm FiddlinJonny, and this is my fiddle channel and magic product review. Now before I do any magic product review, I always do a quick fiddle tune. So today, it's no different than any other. I'm gonna do a fun, fast, zippy, quick tune. Hopefully you will enjoy it, and here we go. All right, we can go maybe a little faster to get to that, but that's all we're gonna do today at that speed. Just delighted that all of you are here. And today I'm gonna do a fun review. I think you're gonna be interested. It is Quantum Deck. Oh wait, that's not Quantum Deck. That already came out. This is Quantum Key. Yes, Quantum Key. And it is by Hanson Chien and Liew. I don't know why I looked at it because I know it's by Liew and Hanson Chien. So this is a key through bill type penetration. Now some of you might be confused and scratching your heads saying, wait a minute, didn't they come out with Swiss Key with Nicholas Lawrence not that long ago? The answer is yes. They are doing an awesome job on their key series. There's also Hanson Chien through Theory 11 with Hygar came out with Phoenix as well, not all that long ago, with a variation on a bill penetration. So at any rate, I'm going to talk about some of the differences, talk about this one, what you might like about this one, maybe you'll like something about the other ones better, but hopefully we'll clear up some of the confusion that's out there, and you'll have a better idea about what's best for you. So stick around, we'll get right into it. All right, let's get into this Quantum Key, because I know folks are curious about this and how is it different than some of the other key penetrations out there. So let's get into it right away. Let's not waste any time. I'm going to assume probably most people understand maybe some of the workings of this. So Quantum Key is the classic taking the bill, taking pen through bill type of a penetration. Let me grab a pen. It's taken the classic pen through bill type of a penetration. It's really updated it to something that's more everyday carry. Not everybody carries pens anymore. Maybe Poindexter does, but that's it. So instead, we all carry keys. And this is a great way to be able to do an everyday carry object, impromptu magic, using a key and have it penetrate through a bill, a banknote. You could also have it through a playing card. You can have it through clothes if you want to. So it's a basic penetration effect, but it's taken the classic pen through bill and what I feel like has updated it. Now there's been many variations of that released by a number of folks, even by Hanson Chien Productions themselves. So, but that's what the effect is. And I'm going to assume most of you, if you've been around magic for any amount of time, understand how the classic pen through bill works. Pretty much the same here, all right? So I hope I'm not tipping too much, but there are key things that I will talk about along the way that I hope will help you make a decision if you're thinking about purchasing this. All right, so let's talk about what are you going to get. Boom, let's just take this up close to the camera. You're going to get this beautiful, lovely box. Is that not nice looking or what? Their packaging is really done well. It's got some subtlety there as well. And let's open up the box. Yeah, you thought I was going to give away the code for a second, I bet, didn't you? No, the code is underneath here, but you will get this nice thank you note. And let me just say, it's a small touch, but it's a nice touch that they do with the little thank you note, telling you thank you for purchasing it. And also on the back side, you'll have more information about the care of your key. But here's what's inside. You're going to get one key that's gimmicked, one key that's not gimmicked. I'm not sure, based upon looking at this, which one's the gimmick key and which one's the not, which one is not. You're going to get a quick release key ring there. And after I got this and started watching the tutorial, I didn't even realize that underneath here, there's more. And underneath here, you're going to get this little vegan leather pouch to carry your keys in this pouch if you'd like. And I'll talk about that because I think this is important. It's one of those things that they've added this element that like, oh, it just makes it that much better and easier if you're going to make this part of your everyday carry. All right, that's what's in the box. All right, so now that you know what's in the box, what's not in the box, you're going to get 2 tutorials on this, or 2 separate tutorials. One is done by Hanson Chien, and Calvin Liew also shows up on it towards the end. It is 25 minutes in length, and then you're going to get what they call a bonus tutorial, it's a bonus guest tutorial that's done by Liew. And he goes a little bit more over sort of subtleties and handling and using the key holder as well. And if you don't know who Liew is, oh my gosh, massive. If you go to his Instagram, he's got 1 million followers on Instagram. So anyway, go check out his stuff. I'll probably put a link somewhere in this whole process. That's what you're getting in the box. So, you know, I always like to talk about how the tutorials, I'm not going to drone on. It's a good tutorial. Hanson Chien does a nice job. And if you've never purchased a Hanson Chien production before, look, it's in Cantonese, traditional Chinese, sorry, and it has English subtitles. It is one of those from a foreign language perspective. Like, I never have a problem with any of their materials with their subtitles. They're paced just perfectly, at least for me. And I have no problem following. And if you don't even have subtitles on, you're just watching visually for this one, you'll get everything that you need, quite honestly. And in 25 minutes, it sort of tells you that, like, it's simple, straightforward, not a need for gobs and gobs of detail. I use the word gobs, that's a word I don't use every day. Anyway, then you also get this bonus guest tutorial with Liew, and it is, I think it's like 17 minutes in length. And what I liked about the bonus one is that Liew really spends more time on subtleties, and he spends more time on the little key holder that you get. And I have to be honest that this key holder is really nice addition. And why is it a nice addition? Because you can put it on your key ring. Sorry, you put it on the key ring. Put it on your keyring, and then essentially put this on your regular old keychain, or if you want to, just occasionally, just a quick release, and you can carry your keys in this. The nice thing about being able to carry your keys in this, it's double-sided. And because it's double-sided, it also operates a little bit like, well, you're able to, like a Himber wallet, really, and do switches with it, so it makes it a little bit easier from a handling perspective. In my opinion. So anyway, that's a long-winded way to say Liew does a nice job teaching how you might use this as part of your presentation. And I personally like that way of presenting it. So, all right, tutorial, good. English subtitles. I should mention, except for Liew. Under Liew, all done in English. And again, a great tutorial. He does a super good job. At the end of the day, you get what you need from the tutorials, and they're shot really well. I'll do a con here. The one con that I had when I was watching the tutorial in a relatively bright room, and in Liew section, it's taught with the lighting and set is really nice because it's sort of dark and adds a cool ambiance. But at times it was a little bit difficult in my really bright room because the video was just a little bit dark to see some of that stuff. Not horrible. I ended up just moving to a room with darker, with the shades down, and I could see just fine. And that might just be me, but anyway, it's a quibble more than anything else. So let's talk about what I think is the most important part. How is the gimmick? It's one of those times where I walked away realizing that they spent a good amount of time from a design perspective on this gimmick. Now, I'm going to assume how most of you know and understand how the gimmick works, but for the design of it. The time it must take to build it is kind of impressive. So it's good. One thing I'll add, and I don't know that I've seen this before, lifetime guarantee on your gimmick. Let me say that again. A lifetime guarantee on your gimmick. Should the gimmick break, they will replace it for you. You'll have to pay shipping and handling, that sort of stuff, and I'm sure there's some fine print. But that tells you how confident they are about the durability of this gimmick. Now, certain things, you don't want to be dropping it on hard surfaces. That could screw it up, okay? So, you want to handle it with some level of reasonableness. I also like the fact that I can shove it into my key holder, put it on my key ring, and I don't have to worry about it coming apart and getting lost someplace else, because I know I have it in this key holder and will not get lost. So that aspect is really nice. I'm going to bring these up to the camera so you can just see the gimmicks up close, okay? All right, there they are. They're beautiful. They are the gold ones. They are, however, available also in silver. The silver a little bit more expensive, and I think they're a little bit more limited edition. But one of these is gimmicked, and one of them is not gimmicked. And I think for the astute person, they will notice which one is gimmicked. Some will not. It's kind of a little hard to tell which one's the gimmicked one or not. At the end of when I pulled them out initially and just looked at them, I didn't know which one was gimmicked and knew what the method was. So your spectator, who will not have a clue, will not really know which is which. But they're really nice keys. I will also add that these keys, to me, look 100% normal in the United States. These are the type of keys I carry every day with me, and so do not look in any way like something that somebody, certainly in the United States, it's just a normal looking key in this country. So I know for other countries it might be a little bit different, but in the United States, this will never ever be suspected. So I don't know that I need to say a whole lot more other than the gimmick's fantastic, does exactly what it says. There's a lifetime guarantee on it, looks normal. Boom. What else do you want to know? Let's talk a little bit about what is the skill level. Well, it's beginner, 100% beginner. You'll be able to perform this after watching the tutorial, quite honestly. I will say, and I say this all the time, and I really mean it, while there are some sleights involved, they are simple sleights. Please just practice in front of the mirror. Just take a little bit of time to practice in front of the mirror. Use your patter. Work out your choreography. You'll be grateful that you did before you go out and perform it. I will add, in my opinion, this is the type of effect where get the flight time, meaning go out and just perform it. And when you perform it probably early on, if you've never performed pen through bill type of penetration, you might be a little bit clunky at it, but by just performing it over and over, you will learn sort of where the issues or challenges are for you and be able to work them out pretty quickly. But practice in front of that mirror before really going out. So it is beginner skill level. Make sure you practice. All right, so I'm really now in the section where I think about what are the pros and the cons, what are the things that I would care about if I were you on the other side of this camera thinking about this. If you like a classic pen through bill and want something that's updated, more EDC, boom, I think this is great. You've got a quality product. There's always sort of limitations and trade-offs just about with any sort of gimmicked sort of a release. The pro on this one is, I'll start doing like some comparisons now to Swiss key, quantum key, Swiss key, quantum key, Swiss key, Hanson Chien Nicholas Lawrence. And I happen to have it because I do carry it around with me. I keep a keychain that puts my key props on it and throw it on there for when I want to do some of my key magic. So I'm going to bring these up to the screen and do a little bit of chatting about them. This is Swiss key. This is quantum key. For me in the United States, quantum key does not look as normal to me as these keys. Now, when I perform with these, no one's ever said anything. They don't question them. They see them as normal keys. I think with these keys, with the Swiss key, I feel a little bit more comfortable handing out the gimmicked key to my spectator and not worrying about it as much. Could they notice it? Heck yeah. If they played around with it long enough, they could notice it, but it's hidden so well that I would feel comfortable handing it out to them. With quantum key, with the quantum key, I'm probably going to do the switch more so than I would with the Swiss key. Now, at the end of the day, I believe when you're doing a bill penetration, whether using the pen or using a key, what sells it the most is the ability to be able to hand the key to your spectator at the end, and they can see that it is a normal key. Now, I believe that in quantum key, it's kind of just pretty easy. And I actually think the key pouch helps a lot if you're unsure about doing a key swap and allowing you to do it. And in fact, in the live performance that Hanson Chien does on the tutorial, he actually just hands them the gimmicked key as part of the performance, and it takes the heat off of it at the end because he's so casual handing the key to the spectator. So thoughts on that overall on that. I do think certain folks will have a preference on look, on what works best for them, and probably some of that is driven by the country that they're in. Let's talk about the difference with this one. With this one, you have 180 degrees in terms of your audience being able to look at it. So you can have somebody essentially right directly to your side and behind you. This one, you can perform 360. Quantum key, 360 all the way around, and you can show the bill on both sides as well. With Swiss key, you can't show the bill during the penetration on all sides, but you can with the quantum key. All right, those are some quick thoughts on some of the differences. Now, as I talk about some of the differences, I found, for me, the Swiss key just required a little more practice and just a hair of neckiness to get it down perfectly. So I felt like it took a little bit more practice, whereas the quantum key required less practice. At the end of the day, that shouldn't be the issue. You should pick which one you like best based upon sort of what your set of conditions are and your preferences are. But I would say both are really good, and now that you know what the trade-offs, you sort of can decide what's best for you. Do you want full 360? Do you want 180? Do you like one of the keys in terms of how they look better than the other? If you like just based upon the look, go with the one that you like based upon the look. I think personally inspectability at the end is really important, so make sure that you're practicing either one you choose, that they have an opportunity to hold the key at the very end. So, and I do think that the Swiss key, I feel a little bit more comfortable handing the gimmick. I would not ever hand the gimmick to my spectator with the quantum key. But I kind of like the quantum key a little bit better, personally. That's just me. And it's not to say it's better. I like it better. I know many people will like the Swiss key better, quite honestly. All right, let me take a look at my notes, see if I've missed anything for you. All right, I will add that you can do more, however, with the quantum key than you can with the Swiss key. With the quantum key, you can do things like a metal bending effect for it. So if you want to do metal bending, you can do that with it. If you want to do the classic coin bite, meaning key bite on this one, you can do a key bite as well. So those are additional effects that you can do with this that you would not be able to do with the Swiss key. So a little bit more versatile, to be honest. At the end of the day, these are tools, and you have to sort of figure out which tool is your preference. They both essentially do the fundamental, essential same thing of a penetration there. There is a cost difference. Swiss key in the United States is $99 US, and quantum key right now is $79.95 for the gold version. There's also a silver version that's in limited edition or stainless steel version, and I think it's $99.95. I personally I like the gold one from a look perspective, but I know people have their preferences. So those are the differences. I will add now, maybe I'm going to go a little bit into editorial here, but I made a statement on an earlier review. I'm going to stick with it. And again, it still involves Hanson Chien Productions. Hanson Chien, through Theory 11, along with Hygar, released Phoenix, I think in the last year or two. It is a penetration through bill effect as well, except it's a pen penetration through bill, or pencil penetration through bill. There are way more limitations with the Phoenix than there are with both Swiss and Quantum. I, however, like Phoenix the best out of all of them. The downside is that you can't borrow the bill. You have to gimmick the bill in advance, so it requires setup, and you can't do any sort of instant repeat type of a thing, or I wouldn't certainly with Phoenix. It has more of a focus on seeing the hole, showing the hole behind it after you've penetrated it and you've pulled out the pen. You then restore the hole. So it's has a focus that's a little bit different. It's my favorite out of all three, but again, everyone sort of has what they like the best given their set of circumstances. The truth is, I'll probably perform more with Swiss key simply because I don't want to always have to gimmick my bills in advance and be thinking about it, how many bills do I need to gimmick in advance, that sort of thing. And this is just so much easier for me to have and be ready to go. So you should go watch that review of Phoenix by Hygar and Hanson Chien, released through Theory 11. So anyway, that's sort of my comparison of all three of these. I think if you like everyday carry, with everyday organic objects, that's impromptu, easy to do, something well worth considering, especially with such a high quality gimmick. And I mean that, it's a great high quality gimmick. It is available at edcmasters.com. So I'll leave a link or up here somewhere so you can go there if you're interested in purchasing it. And I'm sure I'm probably forgetting some things, but that's essentially, I think, the main points that I hope will be helpful for you. If you have it, let me know down in the comments. If you have one of the other versions, let me know down in the comments. If you have your favorite bill penetration effect, let me know what it is. I don't have all of them. I'm always curious what is out there. So let me know what you have and what you think out there based upon the ones that you like to perform. Also, make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. I do appreciate all of you hitting the like button and hitting the subscribe. It means a lot to me, so thank you very much. All right, that's it for me for now. Appreciate each and every one of you being here. I'm FiddlinJonny, and remember to keep fiddling around with your magic. I'll see you all again next time. Bye-bye.